What does it look like to give your partner space to show up for you? The way that I would sort of define that is letting go of my expectations for how they are supposed to love me. By the time you've been in a relationship with someone for a while, there tends to be just these piles of expectations everywhere that feel like this crushing weight sometimes. And so periodically, I sort of ask myself, how can I wipe that slate clean and allow them to just be a person? When I first got together with my partner now, I wanted to learn how he loved me, like how he normally gives love. Because there are tons of ways that people are always loving us that we don't know that's what they're doing at the time. And so I remember searching the internet, like, how do Capricorns love? And the article was like, they will make space for you in their life. They might buy a piece of furniture to make you more comfortable. They might introduce you to their friends and family and include you more in the important things in their life. And then I asked him, do you think that these are ways that you love? I'm curious. And I just did my best to not miss the times that he was giving love, because I think a lot of the time we forget, just people are doing stuff and we're like, yeah, they just naturally do this, when we don't realize that's actually an outpouring of love from them. When you feel someone is not doing what you want them to do in a relationship, it's really hard to feel loved through that. And I try to remember that people mean to love me. They hold a feeling of love in their heart, and they may do all kinds of things that don't necessarily match what they feel for all kinds of reasons. Distraction, their own traumas, and mental health stuff. They do give love, but I don't understand it as the love that they give. There's like this thing that happens where you're like, I want you to do this, you're not doing it. I want you to do this, you're not doing it. And then them constantly just kind of failing you in love, where they might not try to do anything anymore because they're so dejected. So giving someone the space to love you is like opening up from expectations and allowing there to be open space for them to become interested in connecting with you again. And my experience with having tons of avoidant partners is the weight of my expectations would make them avoid me constantly. And when I lifted my expectations, they didn't have to avoid me anymore. And also, I'll just say, you don't have to be in a relationship with someone who is avoidant. I avoid avoidant types now because it tends to really hurt me emotionally when people avoid me. But people are just out there being people. And then I get in a relationship with them and expect all these things from them. But they're still just people. And, am I really allowed to demand all these things? Ask for these things? It's a really good question inside our traditional monogamous relationships. It's this idea of ownership and being able to demand certain things that might be a lot to ask from someone. Or maybe they're not allowed to ask, but they didn't know what they were signing up for in the beginning. And maybe that relationship can't continue because nobody knew what they were signing up for.